Well, good evening again, and welcome to the 2012fad.com. I will be your host for the evening. My name is Charlie Bluehawk. Last night, we talked about 9/11, the day the Earth stood still, and how this massively staged false flag event galvanized the cattle, the sheep, us, those of us that are the people of the United States, into attacking a country that had nothing to do with the attack, even in the mainstream news media. The so-called terrorists were all from Saudi Arabia, and so we attacked Iraq? Can someone explain that one to me? And it also threw away what little rights we had left. I still remember that time back in December 2000, the last possible chance we had as a people, as a race, to take back the power we had given up to our masters without a fight, without one drop of blood being spilled. I saw the moment coming, I saw it arrive, and I watched as it left me behind. And no one cared. Tonight, I thought we would chat about a law that we have in the USA. Enter a cave, go to prison. If you have any, honestly, if you have any doubts about underground cities existing not to save any of us, but to save our masters, and a painful, pitiful few of their servants, the Mandarin class, just try going into any cave you happen to find. If you're caught, you will be arrested. You will be found guilty. You will go to a federal prison. And I wonder, what your first day in the slam will be like. There you are, surrounded by rapists, murderers, gangbangers, drug dealers, mafia thugs, and they ask you, so, what are you in for? Oh, I walked into a cave. Yeah, you'll be someone's bitch before nightfall. So why would there be a law, a federal law, that says that you will go to federal prison just for entering a cave? Well, if you know that a dead brown dwarf star is here, you know that life on the surface of the Earth will be impossible for a number of years. You have to put your slaves somewhere, and you certainly don't want the cattle inside of your beautiful megacities and your palace with you. You know about superstorms, the flood, the wall of water moving at the speed of sound that's 5,000 feet tall. And you know about the planetary lightning that will dry clean the planet. And so you naturally know. You also know there are tunnels in the surface of the Earth. You steal all the money you can from your cattle, your property, and let's face it, they don't need it because all the cattle will soon be dead. So what if they don't have, jobs and are homeless and living in tent cities with their children now? They're dead already. They just don't know it yet. But you will still need support troops for a while. You will need to secure the entrances to your deep underground megacities, where your palaces, where your hundreds or perhaps thousands of your specially bred human slaves are there to service you. And you don't want the scum of the earth in there. All rich people need poor people to guard the entrance to their homes for them, to keep the trash out. That would, of course, be you and me. So immediately under the surface of our Earth are honeycombs of tunnels. The Earth is not solid. The Earth's surface is like a sponge. It's filled with holes and tunnels and bubbles and passageways everywhere. And these ready-made tunnels can be customized to house their slave armies. Now, as Henry Kissinger reminds us, armies are all disposable, ours in particular. And so, like the rest of the cattle, us, but, necessary until the event is here. And then they will be closed off from the megacities, from paradise. And the mind-controlled slave armies will stand watch, their backs to the doors that are now forever shut to them, as they're left to die with us. But these support troops need air and access to the surface, and so natural cave entrances everywhere are used as ventilation shafts. Lots of underground facilities just below the surface still use air from the surface. No money was wasted to make them self-sustaining like the master's megacities that are thousands of feet inside of the surface of the Earth. And so, enter a cave, go to prison. There's also the problem that there is, in one place in the USA, literally there's only one place in the entire world, where one small nuclear bomb can ignite the planet, literally. It's generally known that Yellowstone National Park in California is a powder keg, and it's going to go off one of these days, regardless of what happens. But one good nuclear blast, say from a backpack mini-nuke you have left over from the 9/11 false flag event, for example, would ignite Yellowstone. And you would have, at that moment, an extinction-level event. It would be the same as if dropping a huge chunk of rock on the South Pole, melting all that ice, sea levels rising drastically, and a cloud of ash would block out the sun for years. So, another good reason to ban access to caves. The USA has troops, corporate armies, housed in mountain ranges throughout the country. And our masters have tried to conquer as many foreign countries with good high mountain ranges as they can. And of course, our masters have created those seed banks on the surface of the planet that, at first, will be drowned by water and mud, but later will be accessible to any of their slave armies still alive left on the surface coming down from the mountains. And their job is to start reclaiming the world for them. So we get back to our standard. We have a plan. Do you? For all of us here at the2012fad.com, this is Charlie Bluehawk, wishing you a really good day and reminding you, please, just keep that one good thought. The 2012 Fad is brought to you by Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, a series of 5 erotica horror novels about a fallen angel finding his way back to regain his own soul, and how the CIA war against the human race, their black magic, captures and traps him in the body of a mind-controlled slave designed to hunt down and to kill their god, their Satan.